Barry W. Boehm, born May 16, 1935, in Santa Monica, California. Received his BA and MS in mathematics from Harvard in 1957 and 1961, respectively, and his PhD from UCLA in 1964. His career began in 1955 as a programmer analyst at General Dynamics, which led to more than 65 years of influential research, which changed the course of computer science and inspired hundreds of future software engineers, from the Rand Corporation to TRW, DARPA, to his creation of the USC Center for Systems and Software Engineering. Barry Boehm's research and gentle guidance has become a cornerstone for so many who continue to search for the gold standard in software engineering.
Basically, when I was about 55 years old, I had a choice between early retiring at TRW or doing something else. And one of the things I was most frustrated about at TRW was hiring computer science grads who knew a lot about compilers, but hardly anything about software engineering. And so coming to a university and trying to teach them how to do real software engineering was really the stimulus for doing this. And so the two things that we got started, one was the master's degree in computer science with specialization in software engineering, and the other was the Center for Software Engineering initially. It eventually became the Center for System and Software Engineering. Fortunately, we were able to attract a number of industry affiliates and get some support for doing a bunch of research, and eventually that got followed up with government contracts and things like that. And so we've been going at it ever since. Okay, so one of them has been evolving the course from something that was sort of doing makeup projects to something that does 15 to 20 projects for real people in the USC community every year. About a quarter of these are on campus, about a quarter of them are local government, about a quarter of them are local social services, and about a quarter are local small businesses. And so it's a good way of connecting with the community, and the students really enjoy doing things where they're actually building something useful for people and learning how to do it as they go. So the other kind of research projects that we've been doing are tools that help us make these projects go well, like risk management tools and progress tracking tools and requirements negotiation tools. Other ones are things that the affiliates wanted, like cost models that estimated software cost the way it's being done in the 21st century rather than the 20th century, and branching out into models that would estimate quality, estimate system engineering costs, estimate product lines, and things like that. And in between, we found that there were a number of needs for tools that would help you analyze architectures or incompatibilities with COTS products, or do better jobs of testing by testing the high value things first and inspecting the high value things first. And so that's the kind of thing we've been doing. Okay, the future is just sort of a run on the treadmill and try to anticipate where the field is going. So right now the field is going toward social networking and big data and nanotechnology with millions of sensors gathering more and more data that you have to analyze, and a number of other trends towards systems of systems and more complex systems where everything has to talk to everything else and understand everything else. And so these are challenges that we have in building useful things for the clients, but also our affiliates have in building useful things for themselves or the government or for users or uh, uh, social services or whatever. Yeah.
Hey Barry, it's Dan Strickland from Huntsville, Alabama, software cost estimation SME for Missile Defense Agency. I've always appreciated how open you were, how accepting you were, how important you felt everyone's work was. You really had a lot of respect for even the most junior of analysts, and had wonderful questions, and just sought to grow and to enrich others. So I really appreciated that. I hope I was able to take some of that and pass it down. I also like to joke that there's only about 12 of us who walk the earth, and I fully believe that. This is something that not a lot of folks want to do or can do. I try to pass it on just like you do. Um, Honestly, people have said that this is a niche field, something that is very specific and can't translate as well. But I mean, here I am employed much later. I'm sought as an expert in this area. Software continues to grow. Software continues to evolve. And what I appreciate from you is the ability to go out and break things, to look at situations when we're talking about software pipelines, or we're talking about DevSecOps. I'm not concerned about that, because I know that through some of your direction and teaching and ability, I have the wherewithal to go and take a look at models and be able to describe that. So appreciate everything that you've done. Best of luck. I'm always here if you need me, and I appreciate it. And roll tide.
Hello, my name is Neil Siegel. I'm a professor here at USC in the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering. I also hold a courtesy appointment in the Department of Computer Science. Most people in their careers are content to have one big breakthrough. I point out that Dr. Boehm invented two big ones, Kokomo, and of course all of you here know all about Kokomo, and also something called the spiral model. Dr. Boehm likes to tell a cute story about the creation of Kokomo. When at TRW, a competitive bid for a major satellite program was prepared. The vice president in charge of that division, Robert Walquist, received presentations about all of the subsystems and components of the satellite and why the price that the team wanted to bid for that component was realistic, except for software. The software team had no strong justification for the price that they chose. After the meeting, Mr. Walquist pulled Dr. Boehm aside and said, I never want to have to sign off on another software bid based just on faith. Go and invent a way to credibly estimate the cost of developing a software product. And he did. That's where Kokomo came from. The spiral model is highly influential too. The great Frederick Brooks of Mythical Man Month fame is eloquent on the value of the spiral model. I strongly believe that the way forward is to embrace and develop the spiral model, he says.
Barry's kind and respectful to everyone, even though he's famous. This is a really special quality. And I've enjoyed that in all these years that I've worked with him. I decided early on that I would not hesitate to help Barry if he wanted me to help him in any way I could. I just thought, this is a guy that's given so much, published, tried to help people, and I wanted to be part of that, and I wanted to get back to him. Now, I'm thankful that Barry never asked me to play tennis with him, because I'm not a very good tennis player, and I think he would have been disappointed. So my association with Barry has been very rich and very rewarding. I have used and taught software cost estimation with Kokomo 2. I've done feasibility analysis, cost estimates, those kinds of things, and I've tried to show other people how to do the same thing using the model that's in the book, using the tools that were given away that implement Kokomo, various parts of Kokomo. I even get stopped by strangers in most unlikely places that want to ask Kokomo questions when they find out I'm associated with Kokomo. I get emails from Asia and Europe, Saudi Arabia, about the model, people trying to do things with it, using it in research, those kinds of things. So it's been a really, really rewarding experience being with Barry using the Kokomo, and I really thank him for that.
For more than 65 years, Barry Boehm has positively motivated and changed how software engineers approach work with the deep understanding that no matter what, nothing matters without those we care about and the connections we make through our lifetimes. Play with all your heart. See all there is to see. And when you get the chance, drink something that's memorable. Like a cool, refreshing Kokomo.
Aruba.